What's the current value of the trust?
This is what I think is really bizarre because the current value is $1 million.
What? Like 20 plus years later?
It's almost 30 years.
Okay, hold on. Do we have access to this? Can we open it up?
We
Okay,
can.
All right, show that on screen. I got to find out what is up in this. Where is this trust invested in? Holy can you just imagine? As you're pulling that up, I'm just 30 years. So if it was 800K, let me just do the math. 800, 1.6, 3.2, 6.4, that's 7. Basically, it should be a ton of money. Where is it? Holy what in God's name is this? Oh my God. Oh, how nice. Just a tiny bit in a Vanguard fund and the rest is in a bunch of horse
This is a financial advisor who specializes in
ripping you off.
sustainable investing.
Okay, so what do you see when you look at all this stuff, just off the top?
I see so many different numbers that don't make sense that it makes me feel like, well, good thing I have a financial advisor because I don't know what this means.
I'll tell you what I see. What I see are like a crazy amount of funds and individual investments, most of which have fees, expense ratios. Probably some of them have front end or back end loads. I'd have to look. But basically, they're like way too many. This is like walking into somebody's living room and there's like 75 different toys. You know, like what the is happening in here? Can we just like organize? Do we need this? It's just like way too much. Most people can have one target date fund or 3 index funds to get general broad representation of the market. You have like 30 investments. Let's go to activity. I'm willing to bet we see a bunch of trades, which incur trading fees, taxes.
$2,500 service fee
Oh, where's that?
down toward the bottom.
Oh my God. Click that. Hold on. I'm about to have a heart attack. Everybody, listen, if I die on this podcast, you know that I went out well. I did what I was meant to be doing, which is blasting these godforsaken wealth managers taking people's money through fees. Let's take a look. A advisory fee, $2,573. How interesting. Beginning value of your portfolio, 1.2 million. Total value, 1.02 million. Change in value. Let's just look at this. 2021, it dropped from 1.2 million. And in 2025, it's 1.0. Who the performs like this? I literally could take an armadillo and get better performance from this armadillo than this investment manager. What does this mean to you, Kate, when you look at this page?
Frustration.
Okay, that's true. That's what you feel. But like literally, what do you see on the page? What does it mean to you?
I feel like there's something missing. Like, I don't understand why things aren't moving in a better direction. And so it feels to me like, okay, well, what's missing that is the reason for why it's not performing well?
I just don't understand because when Kate and I first got together and some numbers came up in conversations, the first thing I thought of was a book I'd read eons ago about the rule of 72. And I started just doing math, just like you did. And I couldn't understand why we weren't looking at $5 million.
Exactly. Or much more. Do you know the answer to that?
I understood that there was a percentage getting taken out for
Fees.
the management fees.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I couldn't fathom why it wouldn't be so much more money.
There's one other important point. Kate, do you know why you don't have millions and millions of dollars more?
Well, something that you just mentioned that I hadn't considered were fees through trading. But I wouldn't imagine that would be what you were looking for.
The other thing is your investments are probably dog. If you're talking about the rule of 72, we generally apply that to the S&P 500. If you have a bunch of funds that are underperforming the market, a lot of them, and they are just underperforming for years and years and years, it doesn't get better. It just gets worse and worse and worse. You're basically compounding down, not compounding up. Plus you're paying fees. Now, I'm not here to beat you up. I actually think that looking at this, I have a lot of compassion because it is confusing. It's not clear what any of this means. And the way that it's set up kind of makes people feel stupid. And, oh, okay, well, at least they're like managing it. But it's obviously not serving you. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.